International Day of the Girl Child is a very important day. I think one of the things it does is that it helps create awareness among the people, but in particular the girls themselves, for them to take a peek or to get an understanding of what the workforce, in particular I'm talking about this activity of the girls taking over offices. So it helps them to perhaps to understand what's ahead of them, like in terms of work. It also inspires them to be in those leadership roles. I was listening to one of the programs whereby some of the girls who have done this in the past have actually gone on to do better things, to do good things in life because they've been inspired.
Your Highness, the girl child is still held back by many barriers and challenges. Some of them include child marriage and getting pregnant while still young.
I believe that all girls can be what they want to be if we give them the opportunity to realize their full potential.
When girls get pregnant, they drop out of school, and this means they cannot have a bright future.
We all know that educating a girl is educating a nation. So education of the girls will be top of my priority.
Mama, because of COVID, we are no longer studying and many of us are worried. Instead of going to school, girls are spending more time doing odd jobs like selling pancakes on the streets, and some are doing really bad work.
I also call upon all duty bearers to ensure girls' digital adoption by guaranteeing safety and easy access.
Whereas there are some of us that are doing online classes, but many of our friends do not have access to the means to learn using this platform.
I will continue advocating for the equal treatment of all children and education of guaranteeing of the girls. Our culture has rightly stated that it takes a village to raise a child. So let us work together to protect our girls.
The biggest challenge that I see is that there are a lot of hindrances, things that are stopping girls from going to school. In some cases, it's access to education. Where there's access is the quality of education. Culturally, yes, you still have those instances where girls are being left behind and taking boys instead, but it's not as much as it used to be. It's much less today. I think as soon as a child starts to understand whether they're 4 years or 5 years, it's very important that they are made aware of the challenges that are out there so that when they encounter them, they're able to act appropriately. And the parent or guardian cannot stay with the child all the time. So we have to let them go. They have to go out to school. We're not with them. They have to go out to relatives' houses or to have different activities with friends, and we're not always there. So that's why it's very important to equip these kids with the tools that are necessary for them to protect themselves at a much earlier age.
Twala omukisa guno nga nze Senkulu Nnabagereka Patrick okuwaamu obuvunaanyizibwa bwange okutambuza emirimu egyo. Tulina amawulire, tulina programs ez'enjawulo, tulina abalabi baffe abalaba TV y'Obwakabaka, era ntwala omukisa guno okukwasa entebe eno njalo situke mu ntebe eyo ojje obeere Senkulu. Era ekiwandiiko kino kyenkukwasa mwe muli bye tukola buli lunaku ekijja kukuyambako okutambuza ne kalimagezi ekyuma kiri awo, essimu, osobola okutuukirira abantu bonna bekikulembera.
Musiibye Muteyi abalabi ba BBS Telefina, amannya nate nze Nakingi Angel, era nga leero lwe tukuza olunaku lw'omwana omuwala mu nsi yonna. Olunaku luno lwateekebwawo okuyamba omwana omuwala okusobola okwekkiririzaamu n'asoma n'afuna emirimu n'afuuka omuntu w'obuvunaanyizibwa. Nze nga ssentebe wa BBS Telefina wensinziira ku kunoonyezebwa okwakolebwa ekitongole kya World Vision mu muggalo ogwasooka, abaana 139 baakabasanyizibwa abasajja be bayita baseddubuto. Ate nga n'omulamwa gwaffe ogwaleero gubadde nti omulembe gw'omutimbagano gwe mulembe gwaffe. BBS yasooka okutandikawo okusomesa abaana mu muggalo ku mativi, naye otunulira disitulikiti y'e Buyikwe mulimu ebyalo bingi, era nga babazadde abali mu byalo tebalina busobozi bugulira abaana baabwe masimu kuba osobola osomera ku ssimu, abalala ne TV amasanyalaze tegaliyo ewaka, era nga TV okusobola okubeerako kulina okubaako amasanyalaze, ate ng'ebifo ebimu ebyomu byalo temutuukamu masannyalaze.
This is one of the things that we try to do, actually, that we do in our program over at Sakate. We're taking on kids from 6 years old, although for me in this case, I think it should even be much earlier. They're so much aware of what's going on at a much earlier stage than they used to be. So we need to push it. I've talked about parents and guardians and, of course, teachers and so on and so forth. The government has obviously to step in and up the game as far as quality of education is concerned, especially in the UPE schools, but not just the UPE schools, because even the private schools, some of them are extremely too packed. They have classes with so many children. And I mean, we need to look at all these things at all different stages.